Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, folks of all ages, all sizes, everybody in between, of course, naturally. I hope you're all doing quite well today. I hope it's a lovely Saturday for you. We are back at it again here today with some more Elden Ring, wouldn't you know it? And wouldn't you know it, it's going to be a good old time, a fun old time, really. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite things. It's become a weirdly chill, relaxing thing for me to stream these runs. And, I mean, it's a bit of a problem, if I'm being quite straightforward to you, the fact that I find it calming to play this game with the prerequisite of if you die, you just reset. But we'll live with that, okay? We'll live with my addiction. We'll live with my problem. Hey, Raccoon, how you doing today, buddy? Good to see you. Hang on, I'm getting this link posted where it needs to be posted. I am going to go ahead and get the game up and running in the meantime. So stick with me for just a moment here. Where is that beautiful character? Simon. Here we go. Alright, link posted where it needs to be. Awesome. And on that note, let's get right into business, shall we? Awesome. Awesome. I am doing, honestly, Raccoon, I'm doing pretty okay today. I'm doing pretty okay. It's been a nice Saturday for me personally. I can't complain about anything going on right now. It's just sort of vibing with the energy right now is kind of what I would equate it to. So, you know, I'm relaxing. I'm relaxing. Okay, so, kind of remembering roughly where we are since last time. We have just made it to Liurnia at this point. We are looking definitely a little bit more spicy overall in terms of all of our gear, but we could definitely be doing at least a little bit better right now. Now, there are certain things I have kind of forgotten whether or not I've done them yet, but we'll kind of get to that as we need to. So, I would not stress it whatsoever. Yeah, no, definitely, Raccoon. I mean, honestly, when the days are good, they're great, so I can't complain. Blood 4. Okay, so we're still on the +2 right now, so I need to get a couple more +2 stones. Do we have +2 stones? We have 1. Okay. Alright, well, good news is we can get this thing up to a +6 pretty easily in Liurnia. It's very easy, actually. Getting it up to a +9 for the most part isn't the hardest thing in the world. It's a little strenuous, but it's not painful. So, please, sir? Okay, tell you what, because I kind of messed up here, I'm going to go for the other location because I would much rather not have that lad eat my ass out. Fun fact, you do not want them to eat your ass out. It does hurt, and it does give you a very bad hygiene issue. So don't. Just don't let the wraiths ever touch your butthole. Shouldn't really have to ever give you that advice, if I'm being quite honest with you. If I'm having to give you that advice, it's more likely a problem. But we'll talk about that later, you know. In the meantime, just know that you're grounded. Anyways, there's some more +2s. Love to see it. And so today we have to make a fair few decisions, right? Because there's a lot that we kind of need to get done while we're essentially here in Liurnia, but we also need to kind of prep ourselves for the future, because there's a big thing coming up eventually here that's going to be more of a problem than what it's worth, and that is after we get through, well, really, once we get to Morgott. Because Morgott is just kind of a pain in the ass, and we'd like to do as much damage as possible, but we need to balance that out a little bit. So, how do we do that? Well, first of all, the katana we have right now, if we're doing things safe and sound, we can get this bad boy up to maybe a +16, maybe a +17 if we're being very facetious about... Well, facetious, is that the word I'm looking for here? I don't know, actually. But in short, I'm going for... we just need to be very careful about our routing. Smithy weapons are unfortunately kind of dangerous if you want them to be leveled up more than usual before the mountaintop of the giants. So, how do we alleviate this issue? Well, we don't really do that. We just decide we're going to go with the somber weapon for the time being. So, join this Warth I'm sorry, War Thunder Discord servers. They have leaked files from Russia, other organizations, though. I would prefer, if you're gonna send stuff, tell you what, if you can, Raccoon, run it by one of the moderators for the Discord. I would much rather you do that first and foremost. Please be sure to do that. Okay, bud? I would say if you can, just ping mods in general and use that as the way to figure out if it's okay or not. Okay, bud? Oh, no, no, no. There's no sorry about it. It's okay, bud. Trust me. The fact is, you're asking me, which I am very grateful for. And two, I'm just giving you some advice on what to probably do to handle that in terms of if messaging about it. Because I don't know necessarily what we're talking about in terms of those files and whatnot. So, safe than sorry. That's really about it. Otherwise, go for it, buddy. Yeah. If the mods say it's fine, it's fine. Absolutely. Okay, so I don't believe I currently have a weapon worth upgrading with Iji, but that's not really the reason why we're here right now for Iji. We're here because we want to go ahead and go pick ourselves up Hoarfrost Stomp. That's pretty big, and it's going to be a super big gain soon enough. So I'm going to make that probably a point. Now, luckily, the run to Karia Manor is really not that stressful. I haven't really thought about this run too much, but I am trying to think of, like, okay, simplistically, best weapon is the one that we can wield without having to put any stats into it. More or less. Stats, very valuable, really great, but can we get away with it? Oh yeah, of course we can. The katana is, like, one of the best weapons in the game, so we can just kind of get away with that. Doesn't matter. Now, what I'm probably going to do at some point here is I'm probably going to go kill a couple different NPCs to get some decent gear. I didn't know which way it was coming from, so I kind of made a determination, and I was wrong. But anyways, it worked out. A couple more lilies over here. Nice, love to see it. And our next stop here is probably going to be heading across this gap over here so we can go to the Altus Plateau a little bit earlier. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the right move for the time being. Now, if I remember correctly, this merchant sells pretty much jack dick in terms of good stuff, so we're not going to stress 2 seconds worth of talking to him because he's, one, bit of a prick, two, that's kind of an L. So, yeah, ignore him. Not worth our time. There we go. Okay. So, now with this side of Grace being active, now we can kind of make some other moves as we need to. Move across the lands between, right? So one of the things I want to handle probably sooner than later is heading right back over here to South Raya Lucaria Gate. And we're going to go ahead and go get the key that we need to unlock the Raya Lucaria in general. Because there is some good shit in there. So we do want that. Normally, and this is for anyone who may not know me well enough, normally there's a little bit of a YOLO strat where you can hop off that bridge there. I'm not really doing that right now. Because safety is, if you can retain from doing stupid things on a no-death run, more or less you probably would want to not do stupid things on a no-death run. Like this right here. I'm challenging a crab at the moment. And that's not a smart thing. That's, in fact, the opposite of intelligence. But we got away with it, so take what you can. That being said, we are up to 7 stones at the moment. I believe I need 10, because I think we have it displayed up to a +4, so we need the plus, yeah, the 4 and a 6. And when I mean a 4 and a 6, I mean 4 pile and a 6 pile. To go ahead and upgrade that next tier. I'm really grateful that these little beams literally do jack all in terms of damage, unless they stack up. Then it's a bit of a problem. But we got away with it. That's what matters, kids. As the very... Is it the very first episode of... Why am I bringing up Naruto with you guys? It's a bit of a problem, I know. But I think it's like the very first episode of Naruto when they go to take the initial tuning exam. No, it's not the tuning exam. I'm a fucking idiot. It's just the exam just to see if you can even become qualified to become a ninja. They make you cheat on a test, and you gotta get away with it. So... why is this what I wanted to pick for my reference point? I feel like I'm sorry that this was my initial point of reference for all of you. Like, I could have chosen so many more interesting things to reference here. Also, by the way, if you want to avoid this dragon's range of detection, you can just do what I just did there, and it's pretty straightforward. Safety strats every time. So. Okay. That's done. Now we can get inside the academy. Technically, I'm not sure if we could, but we could probably have done it the other way as well, but it's not that important, nor does it matter that deeply. So, that's done. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Good on that. Awesome. Love to see it. Physique is mixed well. Awesome. At this point, let's go ahead and start moving our way along the slide presentation. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm always presenting on these things. Hey, Gaster, how you doing today, buddy? It's good to see you. I hope you're taking good care of yourself. Have I killed Grayo yet? Have I killed Grayo yet, actually? Okay, yes, I did, and I'm only... that's weird. I'm only at level 41 with Grayo killed. Huh. Joy overtakes your boredness. Oh, not boredness. My bad. Boreness. What can I say, man? I'm a bit of a problem when it comes down to it, Gaster. I'm very much so a very blunt and... gosh damn it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it to you, alright? I'm not even gonna bother. But my, isn't there another more entertainment? I'm not really sure, but we're getting through this area, and we're gonna make decent moves today, and hopefully we won't die on this run. Okay, good, we got decent rat RNG. You know, I love the fact that I said decent rat RNG, and I almost completely lost the decent rat RNG. That's pretty good. Good stuff today. Nice. How's everyone's Saturday treating them? Are we all having a relatively good weekend? If you die, you die. I'll die too. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's exactly how I would say this run goes. If I die, then you also will die with me. Fun fact. Bet you didn't know that. Now we can get this up to a +6, and with this we can get it up to a +7. I do need more stone, so we'll probably go to Altus Plateau soon enough here. Do we have both parts of the Dectus plate, actually? Yes, we do. Perfect. So that means we can get to Dectus without having to think about it. Awesome. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and go see Millicent for a minute. Millicent? Is that her name? I forgot. Whatever. Not that deep. Are you linked with this dumb character? You might be. I don't know. Do you have green hair and blue skin? Is your name Simon? Well, actually, ignore that question. Don't answer that one. But, yeah. Otherwise, blink once if you're linked to this character, okay, buddy? Also, I don't know why I haven't done this yet, but this little rock is significantly valuable to this entire run. Not necessarily all the stones I just picked up, but the variety, like the key up there is pretty damn useful. I don't know why I have not been collecting it ever. Super useful. You blinked 80 times? Nice. Good job, man. I'm very proud of you. God bless it. I'm considering a relatively important pickup on this run, and I'm not sure if I should or not. It would be us going after the Death Poker, essentially just for its very stupidly amazing Ash of War. Because that would be pretty good if we wanted to just knock out a shit ton of very easy dammies without much thinking. I'll try and avoid not dying on any boss fights, actually. 10 seconds may just be the minimum requirement, but I'm all about the maximum, my friend. Ignore the fact that I almost fell off a rock to my death. Yeah, we're gonna live. Today is all about living, not dying. You'd never guess, trust me. I don't really need to go this way, but I'm gonna do it anyways because it's nice to have good gear. So, you know, it's nice to have good gear. That being said, let me go and equip this too. Awesome, love to see it. Take the crit. You know, it sure would be nice if all this pot wasn't right in my face. But, well, that is what it is. That knocked me back, like, a significant amount, actually. I was a little surprised by that one. That, I mean, I guess it didn't kill me, which is good news, but still, the fact that it got close is a little worrisome. Oh, actually, you know what's down here on this beach is there's a really cool little guy. A really cool little guy. Very happy about it. Ever played Sort the Court? No, I have not. I have, however, seen Markiplier play through a chunk of it. It was during a weird period of time where I didn't really watch much of him, but I saw that one. It was pretty fun, for the most part. Not a bad game. Seems fun. There we go. Alright, we're going to head down to the beach side real quickly here, because there are a couple pretty important valuables that would definitely improve our gameplay. There we go. Smithy 4s. Those are honestly pretty useful for what it's worth. Like, there are definitely a lot of items in this game, but, like, certain ones stick out like a sore thumb when it comes to value. There we go. Okay, now that we've done that, now I'm going to head right on over to where What's-His-Face is at. Oh, you know, I guess... Okay, folks, do I have... I guess I have a second here. Let me show off Nile Cheese. Why not? Or O'Neill Cheese, my bad. So O'Neill Cheese is not nearly as impressive, arguably, as Nile Cheese is, but it's still fun. It's fun enough. So let me go ahead and show it off, I guess. Why not? Oh, whoops, wrong trigger there. Also, by the way, this little bit right here, doing extra damage here, not really that important. We just do that because, I mean, it's a couple extra shots into Mr. Nile, or O'Neill, so that way we don't have to worry about him as deeply. But it's really not that important, trust me. The main goal here is literally just baiting him outside of his arena. That's about it. So... I do shoot a couple more arrows at him just to lower his health a little bit more. Again, doesn't do a lot, but it is there for a reason. So. In Sort the Court, you just took a really good path. Fun. Nice. I'm glad to say that you had a good time with it. It sounds like it was a good time. It feels like they might have lowered the total damage value of these little jets against O'Neill, which would be interesting enough. Oh, well, maybe they didn't. No, I think they did. It feels like he's definitely not taking nearly as much damage as usual, because normally, like, his health definitely disintegrates on these things. So, interesting enough. Good path for that game. I mean, hey, good path for that game is good, because, you know, I'm sure there's only so many possible options. And if it's the better of the other evils, I mean, you got away with it, clearly. So, pretty much the entire point of this cheese here is you just literally circle O'Neill around one of these little rot vents, And he really doesn't do much to save himself. Like, at all. He will continuously walk into it because, you know, that AI sure be doing exactly what you expect out of them. And, yeah, I mean, that's literally it. That is the end of the story for this man. He doesn't get to live, and he has a bad day. Yeah, no, exactly. I only know bits of that game. I barely know anything, actually. So, I mean, hey, cool for what it's worth, but yeah, I can only really comment so much on it, buddy. Anywho, O'Neill is dead. Love to see it. We get the Commander Standard out of that. Not really that important, but it is nice if you need an extra bit of gear. So, that being said, what was the point of coming over this way? Well, it's actually over there where we want to go, ultimately, but we're not going there just yet. It's a little dangerous. So, course correction. I think we should probably go ahead and make our course correction right now, as opposed to later. So, yeah, let's take care of that before we forget about it. Alright, there we go. Back to the Table of Lost Grace for a minute here so we can change our weapons art out and make ourselves a little bit better for the next fight coming up here. So, what am I even worried about with this fight being so cheesable and fun? What are we dealing with next that could actually be a problem? Well, we're going to be going into one of the main caves that's early game difficult, and frankly, even now, it's still difficult, but we'll deal with that as we need to. Ashes of War, Hoarfrost Stomp on this bad boy, because at that point, then we have cold plus some magic damage. Magic damage is a pretty big help in this game. So, we take what we can get. That being said, now we have a Ash of War Hoarfrost Stomp, and we're looking pretty good for another fight. Next character, Bongsong. I can definitely think about it, Gaster. I can definitely think about it indeed. Let's see here. So, with how we've been pouring our points out for the most part, we're probably going to focus primarily on getting health. Just so that way we're kind of surviving longer as a whole. Otherwise, we'll probably end up losing our life a little too quickly, and while that sounds funny, it most likely is funny, actually. That is just the thing. So I believe what we want is Inner Aeonia. You know what's funny is I definitely, when I first played through this game, I think I gave the grace points, the waypoints that grace gives you, a little too much thought overall. They're not bad, I would say. It just kind of comes down to the fact that I don't think they're necessarily a big help, per se. They're not the most valuable thing in the world when it comes to playing through this game, and it's just pretty consistent. Morgoth versus Godfrey. Who would win? Ooh, tough. Actually, a little bit of a toughie there. I would have to argue Morgoth, because Morgoth, between the two of them, and this is me talking less about lore-wise perspective and more just how they play mechanically in the game. Usually, it's the NPC that knows how to move and dodge more, how to bob and weave out of the way. That's usually the one that survives, more frequently than not. So, I would have to give it to probably Morgoth. Also, Morgoth has Bleed, and Bleed procs, for what it's worth, are definitely very powerful. So. Okay, well, you know what? He didn't want to fuck with me. I will take that for a win. You're talking Godfrey with Prime? I don't think I understand what you're saying there. Godfrey with Prime? So do you mean like Godfrey in his prime? Because if we're talking Godfrey in his prime, that would also implore like Godfrey lore-wise in his prime. Because I think Godfrey wins? I think Godfrey probably wins that fight. Morgoth is cool and everything, but he's definitely not as strong as Godfrey. At the end of the day, Godfrey, first Elden Lord and everything, he's just arguably more impressive. These guys just keep dropping themselves off bridges, and I'm okay with it, bridges, platforms, but it's kind of annoying. Alright, I don't need that ladder for any reason, hopefully. But I will bash these guys' heads in, because they do give decent enough gear if you get the gear. Just about getting the gear. This cave has a little bit of value to it. It's not really important right now. Mr. Moog versus Moog Illusion. Still probably Mr. Moog. Like, Mr. Moog is just downright... He is just better. Isn't he? Like, not only does he have better gear, he also just does more damage, and he also has his Nihil phase. Unless Moog Illusion for some reason decides that he's gonna just hit him with the blood proc. Back to back to back. Which I doubt. So... Well, actually, I don't know, because technically if he stuck there Nihiling, then maybe Moog Illusion could hit him with the blood portal. So, that is possible. I'm gonna say no. I have no idea. Yes, sir. Thank you. Take your life. Thank you for your life. I appreciate it, buddy. Have a good day. Well, maybe not that good of a day. It's arguably a much worse day. Do I know Goku? Yes, I know Goku. Xeno Goku games? Wait, are we talking about Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or... I'm sorry, what fighter game are we talking about right now, actually? That'd be my initial question. Or are we talking about a fighter game? What's the item? Faded Earthleaf, absolutely useless. Thank you so much for that nowhere needed item. Okay, there we go. Arguably, maybe it would be better if I came back to this cave from the other location. You didn't make it specific? Okay. Then do I know Xeno Goku game? Xeno Goku game. I would have to say I know Goku, and I know a relative amount of his fighting games. So, I think I do. I believe I do. I mean, I'm sure there's, like, a specific number of games that are pretty good. Well, that sucks. That's a great way to start off a fight. Well, that didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. It's fine. Honestly, as long as we get him to stagger, we're good. CC Goku? I think the problem here is you're using terminology that would probably strike better with someone who knows the category better, but I don't. This thing is not staggered a single time, and that's a little bit of a problem. Please, sir. I'm not asking for a lot out of you, I'm just asking for you to be a better boss fight. Okay, that didn't really do shit, but I'll live with that decision later. That was a waste of a flask, and that is my fault, but we'll live with that choice later. Unfortunate. Okay, cool. Love to see it. Oh, naturally, now it staggers. Okay, well, we got away with it. Whatever. It's fine. 180 poise. I mean, it definitely had solid poise, I'll say that much. Why do you get 7s? Okay, I have a problem with this right here. Why do you get fucking Smithy 7s out of this bastard? Can I tell you right now, I did the research on it, and Smithy 6s, for the most part, until you get to the mountaintop of the giants, granted, are not really that valuable, or, like, that frequent. They are not very frequent in the early game, which is up to Altus Plateau. There's not many of them. And I did check on them, and for the most part, it's either locked behind a boss, like Mount Gelmir's Falling Star Beast, or the Falling Star Beast that's located in the Altus Plateau, or they're just kind of scattered in various dangerous locations, and it's like, ah. And this isn't a problem for most players, but it's a problem if you have to try. It's fine. It's okay. It's not that deep. You know, it's not that deep, is the thing I've had to tell myself. So, it's not that deep. Anywho, we'll go back out the front way because there are a couple more items I kind of missed. Do I know Spamtum G Spamtum? Yes, I do, with relative amount of information. I definitely know about Deltarune and Elden Ring, and, well, not Elden Ring, fucking idiot I am. You know, maybe this was dangerous, actually. I think I might have picked the possible I'm gonna die route. So I'm gonna leave this cave as quickly as I can and hope that I don't die. Actually, better yet, sir. This is not great. This is not ideal. Please ignore me as I run away from you all with relative ease. Okay, thank God. What was that? I was gonna die? Is that so? I looked like I was gonna die, but the thing is I wasn't throwing for content, okay? Keep that in mind. Wasn't throwing. Just almost died. That's all. That's all that happened there. Nothing else happened in that cave that you would never, ever in a million years totally blame me for if I lost. So. Anyways, yes, I know about Deltarune. Yes. Dragon Ball is probably going to be a thing that I catch up on eventually enough here when it comes to lore purposes. And, well, reading the actual manga and all that magic. I'll probably do that soon enough. Because I am interested. I just haven't done it yet. So. You're going to die to the gorilla? The gorilla. The gorilla. What? What gorilla? There's no gorillas in this game. I mean, I know about Gila Gorilla, but he's for sale. Gila Gorilla is for sale. For sale. So, yeah, there's no gorillas. There are none. There we go. Altus Plateau, here we come. This is going to be really nice for us, so we're definitely going to get a fair amount of gear, so that'll be nice. The maiden will kill me. You know what, Gaster? Yeah, sure. The maiden will get me. Yeah. She'll get me by not letting me level up nearly enough. That's how she'll get me. Technically, in that case, she's already killed me a multitude of times. Because she could have just been so much better to me this whole time. I could have had 99 vigor this whole time, and she refuses. She's a cheapskate. That's all it is. Alrighty, let's get the Site of Grace real quickly. Couple different locations I want to go to here while I'm at the Altus Plateau, but we'll kind of deal with it as we need to. Defeat Godfroy? What do you get for beating Godfroy? Like, what do you actually get for beating him? Other than, you know, the satisfaction of knocking Godric's family lineage down a whole peg again. Not that he hasn't already done that on his own. He's actually quite an accomplished, well, failure, I guess I should say. Just want to see me kill him? Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll do that after I deal with this. Okay, she has actually, like, a lot of poise. She has a lot of poise, my lord. Do I PvP? Not really. Not ever. Not usually something I like to invest much time in at all in this game. Now, if we were playing Dark Souls 2, well, I might spit a different tune, but yeah, no, otherwise I don't really PvP much in this game. That's not really my gig. Never has been. Do I have a different set of armor, actually? For sake of argument. No, I do not. Okay, understandable. Have a nice day. Alright, hop down here. Okay, cool. What? I have no idea what Mikola's lilies even do for you in terms of, like, improving your shit. I actually have zero idea. Huh. Never really thought about it before, but I just really don't know, so. You haven't even known my brain set in this game? Is your brain set that you like PvP? Because that's kind of what it sounds like. Pecking orders? Well, I don't know about pecking orders, but I do know about pegging orders. But that seems like an unrelated topic right now, Gaster. And, I mean, like, sure, you can bring that up if you want to, but... Brain set and PvP? I mean, yeah, I kind of figured you were talking about PvP. Again. I won't lie to you. Is that where he is? No, okay. I don't think I've ever actually done Godfroy, actually. I just don't see a reason to turn around and do him for almost any reason whatsoever. I'm sure he's around here somewhere, though. And I will make an effort to find him and murder him. Just for you, buddy. Okay? I think I'm on the right path. I believe. Also, I mean, my weapon's probably fine enough to kill him. I think we're good for this fight. We have a lot of health. It's a lot of damage. Relatively speaking, a lot of damage. It should be fine. It should be fine. Alright, let's do it. Imp's seal is in effect. Where is he? Okay. Fair enough. Well, in that case, care to tell me the correct pronunciation? Why? Okay, I won't lie, this is... I don't think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go after what I actually came here to do, in this case, for the time being, and we'll worry about Godfroy another time. Or is it Godfroy? Where am I on the scheme of things? Oh, shit. I got lost there for an easy minute there. That's fine. That's understandable. Alright, we're gonna go after our next bigger stones. That he has to be a little longer, a little more toned, higher toned. So, Godfroy? Godfroy? Honestly, this might just... It's probably not worth the argument for it right now. So, plus also we're talking about one of the ancestors to Godric, and it's like, I don't really know if he's worth the effort. He's also just reskinned Godric. Which, I mean, Not to say that this boss reuses assets, but this game does reuse assets. Am I saying good or good? Well, I guess in this case I was technically just saying Godi. And I've been technically... Well, I mean, I've been saying Gode. Godefroy. Godefroy. Is what I've been saying. So... Again, honestly, I'll probably just look up how to say the name later. And just probably go with that as my resource. Because it's probably not as easy unless you actually phonetically spell it out. Phonetically spelling it out would probably help cover this issue relatively quickly. Alrighty, now we can actually head down to this cave, go collect ourselves a couple different stones, and make our weapon all that much better and stronger and sexier and smoother. Love to see it. Also, it'll cover the fact that we lack any smithy 4s for the most part. It's a bit of a problem. So, hey there, Michaela. Welcome back, buddy. Good to see you again. Rick, Soldier of God. I usually don't do that fight, Gaster, for sheer terror that he will outright one-shot me. I could make the attempt this run if we really wanted to try, but I don't know, man. He's a scary fight, so we'll think about it. All right, we will think about it. There we go, got away with it again, love to see it. And let's go ahead and collect ourselves some very, very nice gear. Smithy Stone Bell 2, this covers 3s and 4s, which is unfortunately a bit of a hot commodity at where we're at in the game right now. We already have a fair few 5s, actually. That's kind of good news. 5s, we're currently at 6 5s at the moment. Okay, so we need another 6 5s in order to get away with that, so we'll be fine. Rick's power level is over 9,000 more billion. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why he's so terrifying. That was a little bit of a scary jump. I almost threw. Pretty easily there. Well, it's fine. We got away with it again. So, you know, take those wins when we can. That's the good news. The one thing I'm not very happy about doing here, going through this little cave, is that we have to go through this cave. And it's not my favorite cave at all to go through in this game. Mainly because of these little bastards over here, but we'll talk about that later. So. Luckily, we have a katana with frost and bleed on it, and that's pretty good. Even if they're almost bleed procking us immediately, we got away with it, so it's fine. It doesn't matter. They give us kukri. That's not really that important, but it is nice, so I can't complain about that. Sir, you're back here in this corner. Maybe you should stop being in the corner. Thank you very much for the stone sword key. I appreciate it deeply. Have a nice day. Do we have any shields? We... Oh, God. We have one shield, and it's... I don't really want to test the odds here. I don't really want to test the odds here. Okay, fine. I'll do it for the hell of it, I guess. Probably what I'll do here is I'm going to try and get this thing prepped and ready to die. Oh my god, it's gonna take so much damage just to kill this thing. I don't think this is personally worth it. Why did we steal that man's pants? This thing can't frost proc for any reason, I believe, right? No, sir. Sir. I hate these things, and this is why we don't do this. This is why this is terrifying. I don't like the odds here at all. Did it break? Did it break the stat? It didn't break the statue. Are you kidding me? Wait, did it break? No, I'm sorry. It did break. It's just very, why are you like this? Sir? No. What did I just say? Oh my god, I fucking hate these things. I hate these things so much. Okay, I know there's a somber smithy stone over there, but I am ignoring it for my livelihood. This is about surviving, not about dying. Ah, my lord. Okay. Can we escape this cave normally? I believe we can. I hope we can. I would like to leave. We've done pretty much everything I came down here to do in the first place, which is get a bunch of stones. Also, by the way, that virgin killer we just dealt with, this was one of the piles of 6s I was talking about. That's a pain in the ass to get. It's not worth it, man. It's just fucking not. Maybe it's worth it if you can die on a daily basis and it's not a problem, but not for us. Not for us. Yeah, I am unfortunately kind of vulnerable right now. I am a small little boy, and I have the likelihood of dying consistently. Hence why we level up health. It's a problem. Anyways, let's leave this cave and move along with our day. We've done what we needed to do when we were here, so... Alright, how are we looking on stones? 4s, we now have access to buying 4s. 5s, we need more 5s, but we'll kind of make that work as we need to. 6s, I was able to scrape up some 6s, but it's hardly worth it for what it's worth. So, I guess at this time, let's keep moving along with our adventure, and... we have a couple different stops to make, so I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy leveled up a bit. Okay? Alright. Freezer. Yes, I do know about Freezer. Yes, I do. Yeah, you know what, honestly, for the time being, Gaster, I would say, I'm just going to probably say my knowledge is not on par with what it should be for the show, so... you know. This is at a +7. We need 2 more level ups for this, so I need it up to 10. Gotcha. Okay. This should probably be enough to cover the cost, maybe? I need 6 more stones. This might not actually be enough. 1, 2, 3... Why am I counting? How many times did he die? Gaster, again, this is kind of where we... I know the names. I know the names. You're testing my knowledge on things that I just don't have much investment in. I'll work on it. Probably. I'm more likely to be able to tell you how many One Piece major bosses are constantly threatening that they kill other people, but in reality, the only people who have actually done any killing in the entirety of, well, you know what, when I say killing, I mean like on current panel, on current manga, there's only 2 people who have actually fucking killed anybody. And that's General Ikanu, and then the fucking dork on Whitebeard's team. That's about it. I'm more likely to be able to tell you about that information, and that's not great. But it is the fact. Fuck. How did I... God damn it. I bought the wrong kind of stone. He died 3 times? Very cool. Awesome. You know, I knew something must have been off. Okay, so I'm at a +8 right now, so I need 6 more of these to go ahead and get it up to the +9. And that also means I need 2 more of these to go ahead and get the next upgrade path up to the +12. See, this is why I have to consistently remind myself of stuff, and this is also why I have a huge, well, not a huge issue, but like a general qualm with the upgrading path on normal weapons. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Why am I like this, motherfucker? Okay, fair enough. I guess we need more. So I have 2 right now? Is that right? I need to learn to fucking count. It's fine. It's totally fine, guys. There. That should be enough to upgrade that to its fullest. I'm gonna wait to actually just pop a rune, because I'm just gonna use Hugh as a way to sell a rune. I don't really care right now. Hugh, honestly, is probably getting a little worried about us. I know he's the one that comes down with the Alzheimer's, like, painfully at the late game, but I think he's probably like, dude, what is up? Are you okay? Do you need help getting home or something? Because we definitely are struggling. He probably wasn't ready to help us out with that. Anyways, we got our weapon up to where we wanted it to be at, which is a plus 13. That's nice. Awesome. Okay, so now we need the plus 14. Awesome. So, what does this mean for us on a general basis? Now we have more damage, which is great. Now we have more proc ability, which is cool. And we're looking pretty darn sexy for the most part. So, this is roughly where I would say we change our pathing for the time being. I'm currently blanking on it, actually, because there's 2 locations I kind of pinged out that have a fair few number of Smithy 5s. And it would be nice to be able to go there at some point. But I'm currently forgetting where that is exactly. So I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to head towards Renala. We're going to go ahead and go fight her. So... Yeah, I think it's time to fight Renala. I think we're fine. I think this is more than enough for the sword that we have right now. And our damage is looking good. Our health is looking good. The only other thing we could probably do at the time being is upgrade our armor quality, which we're about to run into the Karian set, so that'll kind of be covered there. So, good stuff. We might go after the Smithy 1-2 bell, because I believe in that cave there are plus 5s in there. I believe. I'm kind of not 100% sure. It's either that or it's the Altus Tunnel. So we'd have to go back to Altus Plateau regardless. So we'll take care of that when we need to. But that's probably going to happen soon enough. Alright, let's get this shit. Shall we? Alrighty. Look at that. Look at that damage resistance. Look at that damage resistance. Can Saitama beat reality? I believe so? Like, when it... I mean... Without getting too deep into the thought process here, reality is technically like a construct, right? It's a human construct for the most part of what we perceive. So if he deletes humanity... Unless also you consider the fact that he is himself human. Well, the problem is, Gaster, with it being reality IRL, what defines reality as, like, it's us perceiving it, isn't it? Because we all have a general consensus of what reality is, I guess. But you know what, without taking it too philosophical here, yes, I believe he could do it. I believe he could probably end up creating like a black hole or some shit through the sheer power of what he does, and he could probably delete reality. Yes. But that's also a part of his whole character, right? Is that he's just that overpowered. Hey, Simply! How you doing today, buddy? Good to see you. Can you break the fifth wall? What is the fifth wall in this case? Because, I mean, would fourth... So fourth wall, of course, is obviously, it's a nod to the readers, roughly, is kind of the concept there. Does that mean the fifth wall would be just outright just saying, hey, they're now in the real world? Is that kind of what you think? Because that's kind of what I would have to imagine. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, yeah, again, that is something that's kind of, like... If you don't know what the concept is, then it doesn't end up having much weight to it as a whole. So... Doing pretty good. Just finished Bloodborne. Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you finished Bloodborne. I'm sorry that you're sad. But hey, the good news is now you can kind of keep rolling on your adventure and maybe do something new. Have some new fun. Oh, that reminds me. Before I forget here, because better magic resist. There we go. Okay, let's buff up. I don't really need to keep my eye on my back there, but it is nice to do if you're a little worried about that, that one bastard showing up out of nowhere. Shaggy versus Saitama. I mean, that's more of a meme than anything. That was bad rolling on my part, honestly. That was just me being bad. Okay, cool. That's a Red Wolf down. Love to see it. And we get a few level ups out of it. Actually, technically I think only one level up, but still, that's more points than we were expecting. So nice. Huh. I'm trying to think about it, and I think at this point I do want to start getting more points into damage stats, so that way we'll look a little bit sexier when we reach the mountaintops. Plus, Morgott is a bit of a pain in the ass, and yeah, probably need to start kind of accounting for that fact. I don't need that, do I? 100 Shaggies versus Omniverse. I mean... If we're talking about Meme Shaggy, then Meme Shaggy probably, right? I mean, it's Meme Shaggy talking about 2% of his power, so... Yeah, he kind of gets away with it, doesn't it? That falls under the category of... Well, that went better than expected. I think this is a stone or something. Yes, it is. Nice. That's so unfortunate. Dude, it is so fortunate we got that. That was almost a massive fucking help. Also, we're rolling these pretty well right now, so that's good news. Normally, I think my mistake there is that I normally jump that. Well, not jump that. I roll it. But I decided not to for once for some reason. And that is my fault, obviously, but still. Sir, you were not supposed to come up here with me. I do appreciate the fact that he just kind of breaks whenever he comes up here, but we're going to go ahead and ignore him and move along with our day, because he scares me, and I don't like him. Look at him. He's adorable, isn't he? He's trying. He is trying his hardest. I need to live, please, sir. Thank you very much. Bye. Alright, let's get this fight. This is honestly a pretty straightforward fight for the most part. Rarely is it possible to die here. It's more so if I just outright grief myself that I do die. That's fine. Alright, quick buff. Motherfucker. Accidentally double buffed. This is going to take 2 phases, and that's a little annoying to me. Also, I like how the book hit me on the thigh, and it basically just screwed me up. Okay, there we go. I might move the wolves to a different location, because their current location is that of annoyance. So, yeah. Where's the... why are you like this? Okay, cool. Got away with it. We're good. Love to see it. I'm gonna chug up now, a little early, so that way we're ready for next phase. Actually, I'm not even gonna worry about the buff on this one. We're just gonna do what we can. Anywho, common little trick here. Just run right up to her, hide right here against her thigh. She doesn't know what to do. And we get away with it every single time. Doesn't matter. Now I will Golden Vow. Why not? She definitely almost got me, so good for her. Oh. Did she really just disappear on me like that? That's really kind of fucking rude, Renala. I don't have time for... Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is unfortunate. Like any other caster in this game, if you let them set up, they will set up. Dogs. Okay, unfortunate. She got the armor. And the dog decided to smack me on it. Love to see it. That did work. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Renala, who do you think you are? Renala, you and your damn knight are getting on my last nerve. Oh my god, I can't... What the absolute hell was that? What is this BMRNG they think they can pull on me? This was actually such a BM'd fight, my lord! That's not cool. One of the biggest things about this game ends up being that you have to just combat literal BM. And it's consistent, too. So, anyways, we're good there. Yay. Another one bites the dust, I guess. They need a way to refight the bosses. Gaster, I have been on that for so long, my guy. Yeah, absolutely. They need that. An option for hard mode? I don't think they need an option for hard mode. The game is plentiful hard. I mean, don't get me wrong, for longevity, maybe some way of difficulty increasing, but then just play the game on PC, I guess, is what it comes down to. Or play the game in New Game Plus. Actually, yeah, that is just it. Just play the game in New Game Plus, and, like, not reset your stats. Maybe a reset your stat function would actually be pretty good for New Game Plus. Actually, shit, yeah, they could do something like that, where they just say, hey, New Game Plus, just reset your stats. So that would be pretty cool. That could be a way of looking at that. Love to fight Malekith again. I'm mildly dreading my next encounter with Malekith, I won't lie. I know he's going to give me the worst possible day, and I find it hilarious, yes, but it is going to be the worst possible day. This katana is at a plus 13. I can get it up to a 14 right now. I need more stones. Okay. Wouldn't have an easier time on any bosses. Oh, new game plus 12. literally a new game plus 12. I wouldn't have an easier time on any bosses. Yeah, then that's the whole goal, isn't it? You just said hard mode. If you're doing a hard mode, then you would want it to be harder, so yeah, that about adds up, yeah. Okay, Dusty, no problem, buddy, and it's good to see ya. I hope you're taking really good care of yourself. Alright, so with this katana being at a plus 13 right now, we can get it to the 14. I think what I want to do, actually, is not go here. We're going to go to the Altus Tunnel, which I'm blanking a little bit on where Altus Tunnel is, but I think I remember. So, we're going to go there. It is important to do that because we want to get this katana as high in level as possible, and we can easily get it up to a plus 14 right now if we do what we need to do, which is pretty straightforward. So, we will go do that. I got a couple questions here for you, chat, actually. And you may know, you may not know. If you do, cool, awesome. If you don't, no stress. But, do you know if cold procking, if the cold proc itself, one, increases the damage of your, like, any physical attacks you do from that point onwards while the proc is active? And two, do you know if it causes extra poise damage? Since you look like a metalhead, shall award you with a big titty goth. Yo, you're gonna award me with a big titty goth? You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that that sincerity, though. That's a really... You didn't have to do that, man. That's really big of you. Thank you, Dusty. Please get the seed. Please get the seed. Thank you very much. Nice. You've wanted to say that to me for a while? Well, man, thank you for finally getting that one off your chest. I'm sure it's been weighing you down for at least a little bit, so thank you. King Vegeta. Yeah, King Vegeta, the last of the Saiyan race. Well, not the last of the Saiyan race, but the last of the Saiyan bloodline. I won't lie to you, man. My knowledge on Dragon Ball is so skewed. Like, I know probably a lot of lore in some locations, but if you start asking me questions about more original, like the source material Dragon Ball from Toriyama, I don't have much, man. I have to work on my knowledge. I have most of Abridged stuck in my head, which isn't great. But I have it there.
Oh, come on. Are you here as a customer?
Okay, what does this guy sell and why do I need it? It wouldn't hurt to have a decent shield for the time being. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna buy the decent shield. Why not? Let's have a decent shield on stock. I have a lot of runes on me at the moment, so why not waste some time? I just activated the Site of Grace. Why don't I sit at it real quickly, do a quick level up, and we will deal with the next thing in line. I can get this up 3 points. That's not too bad right now. I think I feel like doing that, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do that. Well, actually, I'm gonna do 2 points here, and I'm gonna do 1 point here in strength, because I do need to start leveling up other things, so we have to do it. I see. Is that so, Dusty? Nice. Okay, fair enough. And, Gaster, I'm not even gonna pretend to know what you just said, buddy. So, cool. Cool, whatever you've said. Seen it out in public? I mean, yeah. Gaster, I don't know if you intended to change your base language in the keyboard, but you have, my friend. And I won't be able to respond to you, really, other than by what I'm doing right now, which is telling you I can't respond. Okay, so Altus Tunnel is right ahead of us here. This is a good place to go to if you need some decent stones. Fair few variety that's lurking in here, so we will go ahead and take advantage of what we can. So. Nothing on the little platforms on the way down, huh? I mean, that's fine. You don't need things to be on those platforms in order to make anything happen. It's just nice if you can get anything out of it. I'm forgetting what Altus Tunnel actually has in terms of fights. It's been good, bud. It's been really good. I would say I've been having a pretty solid day for the most part. Weekend has been treating me, honestly, pretty well. Can't complain. Aha! Smithy 5. Okay, wait, how many Smithy 5s is that? We are above the threshold, I believe, now? No, we are not. This is a plus 13. We need it up to 15, so that means we need 10. That means I need 3 more of these bad boys before it counts for shit. Old man, please take a dirt nap. Thank you, sir. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye. Oh, there's, like, nothing back there that's actually worth anything to me. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this tunnel has a particular fight in it. It's not like an interesting or hard fight, per se, but it'll go well enough. Aw, thanks, bud. It's good seeing you again, too. And definitely, I mean, like, hey, best of luck at work. Please take care of yourself and all that stuff. And if you ever want to just watch the VODs for this, I mean, yeah, that's why they're there, right? So, yeah, if you ever want to watch the VODs, go for it, bud. Another one of these, love to see it. Grab one of these, love to see it. Okay, this is an unfortunate little circumstance. I mean, it worked out for the most part, but I wouldn't say it's terrific. Good news is these little marionettes really didn't get away with it today, so, you know, take that into account. Leave it to these fucking wizards, man. Oh, they dropped Somber 4s? Yo, I mean, Somber 4... I wouldn't say that's the most valuable drop in the world for me right now, but it'll do. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's definitely the case. Gotta say, the Hoarfrost Stomp is definitely coming in clutch in terms of at least keeping my hide alive, so... Well, you know, arguably keeping me alive. Okay, there we go. Last of these guys chilling over here. I don't mean to kill them at all. Like, at all, but I don't know, why not? It's kind of my theory on it right now. It's like, why not? They were standing there, looking at me, kind of menacingly, so I guess I could spare a couple extra seconds to murder them. Callously. Why not? This isn't really a hard fight, but it can be annoying. If done wrong. But we're really well stocked up here, so this should not be a problem. Yeah, we should be fine here. This should be more than fine, actually. These guys are only a problem if you let them be a problem. Not what I was expecting there, but okay. You know, I like how they basically almost send me right to the grave at a very early age. I really appreciate it, actually. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah, I forgot that's a little trick you can do with these guys. You can technically just sidestep them and basically break their spine, and it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Really, they aren't too big of an issue. More than anything, it can just kind of be if they have all of them stacked together. That's when they become a big old problem. Oh, we got away with it. Nice. Love to see it. Take the damage. Thank you, my friend. Okay, hop on up for me. Thank you. Good boy. I didn't mean to Hoarfrost Stomp him there, but I felt like doing it because he did look at me slightly funny. And relatively speaking, I think he deserved to die for that. So, moving along. That is our Somber Stone 2 bell, which is good. That means now we can get all the way up to Somber 4 with any weapon we choose. And, you know, I think it is about time that we get a secondary weapon here for investment purposes, because it is going to be useful to have at least one other option here. So I'm going to go ahead and make that decision now, though I'm probably going to upgrade this weapon beforehand. Otherwise, grief will ensue. So, let's do that, shall we? Actually, before I get too ahead of myself here. Awesome. Love to see it. Nice. And even more, I believe we can get this bad boy up to a plus 16. Hello, hello, hello. Well, hello, hello, hello. Alright. Yeah, plus 16. Nice. And that Frost proc continues to go upwards. Love to see it. I wish the procs were in reverse in this case, because Frost proc isn't really as valuable as getting a good bleed proc. And bleed procs are definitely more consistent in terms of getting them done. But it's not that deep, and it's really not that big of a concern to me, so we're not even going to worry about it, honestly. I think that's pretty much everything we can do right now, right? Yeah, okay. Cool. The only other thing we could technically do at this point is probably go get some, like, secondary armor / gear and whatnot, and we definitely look thicker for it. So, actually, I think we have access to our third talisman slot now at this point. That wouldn't be the dumbest idea in the world. Don't need that, but I'll buy it anyways. And an extra dagger in case we need to apply any more buffs, which we definitely will at some point here. Finger seal, of course. How's this? Not really that good. Not going to worry about it. Oh, Rogier. That reminds me, before we completely forget. Rogier.
Please, the name's Robert now. I mean, I had a little, as you might guess. I'm privy to. Would you care to learn?
There's only one reason we're talking to this man right now.
Something to mark.
There we go. Got it.
As you might have guessed.
Okay. So, fun fact about Rogier's little rapier that he just handed us there. This rapier has a very high poise damage to it when you activate its Ash of War. The Ash of War on it is Glintblade Phalanx, which every blade, I believe, is 10 points of poise damage. So 40 total if all bits hit. Unfortunately, this is our best option if we want to do solid poise damage anymore, because they have severely, when I say severely, I mean severely, nerfed the shit out of Flame of the Redmans. Which, fair enough, I guess? I don't really care. It sucks. I don't want to talk to you, ever. Leave me alone. I don't really care about the storyline for D or anything like that, so not worth my time. Anyways, there we go. Talisman pouch acquired. Love to see it. Oh, we should... Actually, never mind. I think I'm blanking right now, because we haven't killed... Damn it. Okay, so we haven't killed that boss yet. We have not killed Radon yet, which we could go after Radon, but I'd probably rather go... Radon wouldn't be the worst to kill, only because Radon 1 himself gives a lot of runes, but 2, we could also get his armor, which his armor is pretty darn thick. So, kind of going to think it through for a minute here, but folks, I am going to step away for just a second here. Please keep yourselves well and entertained, and I won't be very long here, probably just a short minute. I will be back. See you soon. Thank you folks for waiting. I appreciate it greatly. So, what do we need to do now? Right? That's kind of the question at the moment. And if I'm kind of playing my cards right here, what we should probably go after now is actually going to be going back to Caelid for a hot minute to handle a handful of items, really. One of the main things is going to be getting Flame of the Red... Well, not Flame of the Red Mains, my bad. Flame Grant Me Strength, which Flame Grant Me Strength is a 15% buff, I believe. It's been a while since I've looked at the numbers, but point is, if you stack that with a whole bunch of other shit, you do a lot of damage, right? That's the whole point. So we're probably going to be going after that soon enough here. So I think that is probably our next move here. We're going to head on out, and we're going to go right on over here to Caelid to go over to Fort Jail, because we need to do that in order to get our buff. I'm also considering whether or not we need the Strength Talisman, but I'm going to say for this run, we probably don't, honestly. It's really not that big of a deal to have it with us, and at most... I mean, real talk, at most, it doesn't do that much for this current build. We maybe need it if we decided to respec our stats, but we're not doing that, so... Not that deep, not that important, not going to worry about it. Maybe I shouldn't run through the entire field of rot plants. I think you can actually kill these things, and I found that out the other day, but I did not know that for the longest time. And they are still a little bit scary to this day. So, we're going to ignore them and move along with our day. Nice. Alright, let me see here, folks. So once we get Flame of the Red Mains, Jesus Christ, it is just ingrained into my mind that that should be good. It is ingrained into my thoughts that that should be just an absolute banger of an ability to pick up, but it is tragic anymore, to say the least. So, we're probably going to go ahead and head towards Dragon Sentinel, I imagine, next. Just to go ahead and get that fight on its way, knocked out of our way. So, should be a good time, I'm sure. We also might make a quick stop off for a new weapon. Probably a somber weapon, so that way we can hopefully avoid any scenarios where we don't have a weapon fully, well, not fully upgraded, but upgraded enough that it means anything to us. So we'll probably be doing that, I imagine. I am not sure if I'm going to kill that knight up there, but I might make the attempt to murder him real quickly. He's not the biggest issue in the world, but he can be a problem. Yeah, like right now. Okay, that quick turn definitely came in clutch there. We got away with it, so good news. We want to go ahead and bait the chariots away from where we need to go, because they can pretty much stun lock us right there in that corner, and it is almost always a net gain 0 for us when we have to deal with them. So let's not deal with them, shall we? Let's avoid the death. I was thinking of heading towards the Fort Jail Cave, actually. And I think it's a little too dangerous to make a play for that weapon, so I'm not gonna concern myself with it. Probably. One, it's an intelligence-based weapon that's located down there, and two, it's guarded by a magma worm, which, for anyone who knows their shit, magma worms, while they're not hard as a fight, they are jank, and jank is unfortunately a very good killer in this game. So, let's ignore that, shall we? Cool. Alright, I think it's time. It is time, folks. Let's go after Dragon Sentinel. Let's move ourselves into Lanedell. I'm trying to think of a decent enough somber weapon that I can reasonably go after, but unfortunately I'm not really too sure right now about my picks. Especially for the stat pool that we have at the moment, the choices are not amazing, per se. So, I'm not sure. And who knows, maybe honestly the katana will just kind of keep pumping damage out and it will just keep being the answer for everything. And that is possible. 100% possible. But Otherwise, it's a little nervy. A little nervy. Oh. Oh, you know what? Actually, hang on. I think I know what weapon we'll go after. It's a really, really damn good one, too. And while we don't have the stats for it right now, we might have the stats for it soon enough here. I'm going to say at the site of Grace, how much faith do I have? Faith is at 13, which means we should be cleared, I believe. If Godric's Rune is working right now, Godric's Rune should allow us to get by this check. Okay, never mind. I am wrong. Fair enough. Okay, we'll tell you what. How much do we have? Ooh, we have Renala's. Okay, we might be able to scrape it by now. 20,000 for that? I could have sworn Renala's was worth more than that. Damn, she really is devalued. Holy shit. Whatever, I guess. Okay, so we can get one level up right now. Runes needed for leveling up is at 15k right now. At level... It must have been a minute since I paid attention to how much it costs to level up shit in this game, because that... Oh my god, that feels way off. Anywho, I guess let's go deal with the guy guarding our next big weapon. Well, not next big weapon, but definitely one of them. One of the most important weapons we'll probably have on this run. The only problem I see right now in terms of usage is that it is going to cost us a little bit more arcane to use it. And possibly some dex, because I'm not sure actually what the dex requirement on it is, but I definitely think we might be under that cap at the moment. So we might currently be off of where we should be for it. I won't lie, I got nervous there. I shouldn't have gotten nervous, but I got nervous. Whatever, it's fine. Actually, yeah, this fight should go very smoothly for the most part. It's not hard, per se. It can just go wrong if you get bled way too many times. And, I mean, obviously you can get bled pretty easily in Bloodborne. Elden Ring, for the most part. And so, that is the only real major issue. But otherwise, it should be cake. It should be fine. We should be good. The only thing I'd be worried about right now... Okay, cool. We did not get smacked in the behind. Love to see it. Love to see those procs. Little unfortunate that happened there, but whatever. He's dead. Doesn't matter. Sanguine Noble is now dead, and we can go ahead and pick up probably one of the... Arguably, I would not only say this is probably one of the strongest weapons in the game, but it definitely is a very fun weapon on top of that. So, Bloody Helix goes hard, actually. Bloody Helix goes very hard. Alright, let's see what the stat requirements on this bad boy are. What are we dealing... Ah! Okay, never mind. We're cleared. We are cleared for takeoff. We can use this bad boy. And what's more is we already have the stats to wield it, which is pretty damn good. Nice. We have the stats to wield it. We can get it leveled up a fair few numbers of times. And, yeah, we'll be doing some thick boy damage. Real thickums. That reminds me, stones. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3. Ah, I'm missing a 3. Okay, cool. Alright, time to go buy a 3. There's one thing I can say about this run so far. It's that we've definitely been playing at a more cautious approach pace than before. Which I wouldn't say is a problem by any means. I think it's different. It is slower, for sure. But it's not bad. Wow, we have a lot of force. There's a lot of 4s you can get. Like, early game 4s. Whatever. It's fine. It's the whole point of the stones, right? You can also get a lot of 1s, but, I mean, that's not as big a deal.
No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms, then.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're missing the 6. So it's... Oh, wait, my bad. No, we're not missing the 6. It's already up to 6. I'm dumb. That's what my problem is. I'm dumb. Alright, cool. Alright, on that note, looking pretty sexy there. Do I have any runes to pop? No, not really. Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess in that case... I mean, we could go to Altus Tunnel, and that would give us a 6. I'm not really concerned about it very much right now, because it's like, it's nice, it's not necessary, but it's nice. We could also technically go out of our way to go to Mount Gelmir. And if we go to Mount Gelmir, we could... Well, that's a little dangerous, but we could definitely go after the Godskin Noble fight to get the next set of stones, to get our weapon up to a +9. It's tempting, I won't lie. You know what, for what it's worth, let me go ahead and just do a progress check here. I think if we can't pass with our current gear setup, then we're probably not going to be doing too well for the run. Which is to say that if we die here, then the run is over, and haha. That's actually just, that is the fact. That's the hard part about these no-death runs, is you either over-prep for something and die to it anyways because BM is BM, or you under-prep and you could have been more ready for something, and, well, yeah, that is just how it works. It doesn't terribly suck. It just sucks in a general sense. More than anything. Alrighty. They're gonna start launching arrows. I would like to make it as far as I can here without getting shot. He tried to shoot me. Rotten bastard. Alright, so that one is not focused on me. Love to see it. The other one definitely is. Okay, now this boy is focused on me. Okay, cool. We're going to dance around his toes real quickly because he likes it. And you can avoid him quite easily doing that. So, alright, well, I guess here we go. Here's a fight. Let's see how this goes. It's either go really, really well or very poorly. There we go. Hit him with a Hoarfrost Stomp. I could have probably rolled that, but I got very unlucky there, so... Well, less unlucky, more I was greedy, and that is my mistake. That was also my mistake. This attack right here, I don't really understand how to roll it by any means. So I've pretty much just said never test the odds, regardless of the circumstance. Understandable, sir. And one quick slash to the kneecap to end your life. Love to see it. And that, my friends, was Dragon Sentinel put down like a dog. Ga. Oh, it's okay, Taco. No worries. Also, this is a no-death run, and we probably don't need help on it. No worries, bud. I appreciate the offer, though. Feel free to hang around if you want to, though. Or if you want to, you can always join our Discord, and there's usually at least a handful of people who need some level of help at some point or another. Depending on the console you're on, of course. That's the only thing I can tell you. We want that, we want this. Awesome. Love to see it. Damage and damage. More damage. Oh yeah, right. I need this bad boy. Awesome. You know what? I feel like with the damage we're putting out right now, we're probably okay to handle the next major challenge in front of us. Next major thing to deal with is going to be Morgott, so let's see how it goes. I feel like we're okay for it. Like, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Plus, we really kind of melted through that, so I think we're fine. And we have Goldfroy first, and Goldfroy's not a problem. Goldfroy's fine. He's a cakey boy, so we'll be good. The only thing I think I really want at this point is maybe some upgrades in armor, but it's not necessary by most. It's not necessary. It's fine. I think this is probably the healthiest we've looked going into Lanedell for a while, actually, when it comes to these runs. Like, in all seriousness, like, this is probably the most health I've had going into Lanedell. Which is nice. Can't complain. Alright, so we're going to do some quick roof scaling real quickly here, so that way we can avoid all the BM that's right behind us. Don't really have time for that shit, so obviously we make a mad dash, like it's Mario Kart, and we will soon enough be dealing with a big old piss boy named Goldfree. This tree guardian that spawns in right here, I have not dealt with for a while, and I do not intend to deal with them for a while. And to say that I will deal with them is a lie, because it's not the time. This run is not the time for any of that shit, actually. So, no. Alright, let's see if I get absolutely piss-poor RNG again today. I don't know if anybody saw the short that I put out about it, but I literally got absolutely decked there the last time I was running through the capital. I got shocked by the guy's Ash of War at the same time that I got hit by an arrow, and it basically instantly melted my health bar, so it was pretty good. You know, pretty entertaining experience for the most part. Oh, Lord. This game definitely gives you zero mercy for the most part, and I do appreciate it. One thing I could go after right here, right now. Since we're in vicinity of it, I think I will. Avoid that guy. Love to see it. Is this a... Yes, it is. Awesome. Is the next major item I'm coming up on here is a talisman that essentially negates a shit ton of damage on the first hit of your maxed out health bar. I haven't been going after it, and I probably should. Or at least I haven't been going after it consistently. So, I should probably make the difference, you know? One thing I'm unsure about here is if I should ignore this boy in front of me here, or if I should deal with him anyways. I'm gonna say I deal with this one, only because two of them is a little dangerous. Love to see it. Knocked down on his ass. Heavy proc. Love to see it. Good damage. I should have read the situation better than that, and I just didn't. What does he drop? Duelist Helm? I don't think that has any value to me, but, I mean, cool. Alrighty, sir. I'm just gonna... Ooh, whoop. Oh. Oh, man, he almost smacked me next week. Oh, that would have been rough. Oh, well. We got away with it. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Oh, he's making his way downtown. Okay, he's given up. Awesome. Great. My boy realized it was probably not worth it to head after our ass. For that long, at least. So good for him. A couple different things here I'm probably going to do right now, as opposed to later. I am going to go ahead and chug this a little early. Because how this fight starts off has just essentially made it kind of rough. Well, rather, the enemies that are right outside of the gate have made it kind of rough to actually do any buffing before the gate. And because of how our challenge works, we're not allowed to save quit when we're in relative immediate danger, for the most part. We're allowed to use Sight of Grace to get out of there, but we're not allowed to save quit. So, though it would be a cool chance for me to show off the abilities that the save quit has. No, it's not worth it. It's not that deep. Anywho, always start this fight off by baiting out this exact attack right here. Go ahead and hit him with a 4 Frost. Love to see it. I definitely feel like I rolled that, but okay. The one problem you can kind of encounter with this fight is that he sits in a corner, and it pretty much makes the fight very annoying almost every time. There we go. Love to see it. Staggers. Melt his health bar. There's a way to do that, basically, it's just technically better to do it every single time, but I'm not really the best at doing it because of how I've learned this fight. So, I do what I can, and that is what it is. Anywho, there's Goldfree. And there is our final Talisman Slat pouch acquired, and we're looking nice and juicy with an 80k bonus. Oh, my bad, 90k bonus. Alrighty, folks. Go. Doesn't really particularly matter which of these stats I choose in this instance. Kind of. Like, it's nice to have more of everything here, but for the most part, now, at least, it doesn't matter too deeply. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a mix between Arcane and Health, and that's going to probably do us for this next fight. I'm going to say Morgott's probably going to be where we end things here tonight, though. So, if you've all been having a really good time with me here, if you've all been enjoying the run so far, if you've just been having a good time chilling, well, feel free to leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. These things help me out a literal ton, and the best way to catch the next stream, possibly catch our next death, well, that would be by watching the streams. So, nice. Nice, sir. And big meaty chunkers, he's sent home. I don't know if that one ever is capable of dropping in a gear. I've never learned, actually. I wonder if it is the case, but not that deep, clearly. Set the Sight of Grace real quickly to go ahead and top off our stuff. Ooh, we got one extra point to put into a stat, so why don't we? Nice. What is this again? Blessing of the Erd Tree. I should consider doing some of these sometime. I'll probably do it more for the incantation-only run when we finally do it. I don't know why it's taken me so long to actually invest time in the incantation-only run. It just has. It's nothing against the run, necessarily. It just has been taking a while. Buff up. Buff up. And finally, buff up. Awesome. And on that note, we go ahead and we go fight Morgott. With probably pretty good stats for the most part. You know, honestly, pretty good that he got me like that. Pretty good that he got me like that. Great, he's probably going to do this now. Love to see it. It's an unfortunate circumstance when he gets the advantage on these circumstances, but it is what it is. It's fine. Yeah, you're right, Mobius. You're definitely right. I I honestly forget the fact that he can follow up in so many ways, and I find it frustrating as hell, but it is what it is. This fight has not been going great. Yeah, this has been a rough, piss poor fight. Ugh. Morgan, I'm not saying you have to be better to me, but... Alright, come on, big man. Do literally anything that doesn't suck. This kind of sucks. What the hell, man? Like, it's not his best attack, but it's not the worst attack, actually, I should say. But, still. Alright, actually hit him with one of these real quickly. Hoarfrost Stomp definitely has been coming in clutch, so I am definitely grateful for that. Chug up. Probably get out of the corner. Yeah, his best attack in the game. Well, one of his best attacks, I should say. He's doing a mad dash combo right now, and I don't know how I feel about it. There we go. Oh my god. Still a scary fight. Doesn't matter how many times I've dealt with Morgott, he can just say goodnight. He knows how to put foul tarnished to bed. My guy knows what he's doing. He does. There are many incantations you can actually move around with while casting them. Really? Is that so? I had no idea. I'm sorry, I didn't read that message through fully, Mobius, but I did not actually know that you couldn't move around with most of them. That's kind of sucky. Especially considering you get a massive advantage with that, with the other castings for in the sorceries and whatnot. It's crazy. Anyway, she's doing a lot of talking right now. I don't really care very much. I'm gonna go ahead and level up, as per usual.
Your thoughts, your ambitions.
Yeah, you know what? Let's keep going with health. I don't care. The health has been basically our best option for a while now, and I am taking it for all it's worth. I don't mind. With Fire Giant next on the plate, I think we should probably change our Cold Uchi over to probably a Blood Uchi for the time being, actually. I think Blood Uchi is probably the play here, at least for when we go up against Fire Giant. Otherwise, I think we're pretty well off for the next fight. Actually, you know what, folks? Before I completely forget, there is one thing I would like to take care of now on this run before we get too far ahead of ourselves. I'm going to head on over to Liurnia. Liurnia? No, my bad. Weeping Capital. For a handful of reasons. So we're going to go do that now while we have it on the top of our mind, because I do want to go collect a quick weapon or two, and also just get some more chugs. You know, nice to have. But I think it's probably about time for us to wrap things up here tonight. I know I definitely streamed at a weird time in terms of what I would normally do and whatnot, but I wanted to try this time frame out, see how it went, and I mean, hey, not a bad day, you know, can't complain. I hope everyone's had a really wonderful Saturday, honestly, like a superb Saturday. Hope everyone's been taking amazing care of themselves, and I mean, hey, we're going to be continuing this run soon enough here. Also, by the way, I hope no one likes this guy. Does anyone like this guy? Yeah, no, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to like him anymore. My bad.
He's eradicated.
I think someone might have liked him. It's fine. But yeah, folks. I do appreciate you all stopping in and watching the stream with me, even if it's lurking and whatnot. It's a good time for me, and I'm just glad that you're all enjoying this. Because seriously, this game is a lot of fun to me. No matter how long I play it, no matter when I play it, it's just a good time. So, I'm glad I get to share that experience with you all, and so on and so forth, of course. With that being said, if you do enjoy yourselves, if you have a great time with me and you have fun with these runs, well, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It does help me out a literal ton. And, I mean, hey, the easiest way to show support is by just literally liking the video, subscribing to the channel, following for the next stream, stuff like that. It's a lot, so. I don't really need this Site of Grace, do I? We're not planning on coming back here for any reason. I don't really intend to come back here for really any reasons whatsoever. I don't know why I got that. Force of Habit. Force of Habit. Also, I think there's an easy stone key over there, so I mean, I guess you could argue that was for that. But that's really not that important, so. Couple free bits of gear. Love to see it. Well, relatively free, I suppose. That's really what it comes down to. I am not going to worry about the Madness Church that's up the hill there. It's in a fun category I like to consider don't touch it, even within 40, like, even when within 40 vigor. Doesn't matter, just don't touch it. I find certain locations in this game are definitely not worth going after, for a lot of reasons. And that is one of them. So we don't worry about that, okay? Awesome. Could I actually use this? I won't lie, these pads make me incredibly nervous at this point in the game. Okay, no, we can't make that jump. Understandable, sir. Oh well, it's fine. Not that deep. The pads still make me nervous. I know they patched them and everything, but still, the vivid memories from level, or not level 1, but pre-patch for this game still are there, and they will probably never go away, in all seriousness. So, yeah, it will always be terrifying having to make those jumps. Doesn't matter. What's this? Gilded Iron Shield. Doesn't really sound that useful to me right now, but I'll take it. Ooh, actually, there is a pretty solid reason to come over this way. There's a bunch of Trina's lilies that we can go after real quickly. That is definitely a major net gain for us. That is not too bad. Also, we could go after another Lord's Soul right now. Lord's Soul. Remembrance. Get a copy of one. I hope at some point they kind of explain a little bit more about the moving, whatchamacallits, the moving mausoleums. Just kind of go into the lore behind them and kind of explain, like, hey, this is why these things exist, and also happen to retain copies of the Lord Souls. So, I'm sure it has something along the lines of, like, because the major plot element for this game is that essentially everything is in limbo, really, at this point. Ever since the Shattering, it's been almost like, essentially in-game time is like 1,000 years, is what it's considered. So it's been 1,000 years since all of this has kind of gone down and whatnot. And at no point can people truly, actually, physically die. Because what happens is, unless they're cursed, right? Unless they're cursed, their remembrance, as it were, which is the thing that we collect whenever we kill bosses, it will go through a cycle, and it will inevitably come back to this world. So the Golden Order, the Erd Tree, in this case, has pretty much made it so things will always continuously keep going, even if people don't really want to. Unless you get cursed, which in that case, you're kind of down bad and you're not really getting away with it. Anyways, Zweihander. One of the main things we came here for. And this Lost Ash of War, that's not as important, so. But yeah, folks, I think I'm going to go ahead and place our character where it needs to be for the time being. We are going to go ahead and probably call it here tonight. I do really hope you've all enjoyed yourselves, had a good time here in all that magic. And, I mean, yeah, like I said before, if you're new to the stream, if you like what you saw here tonight, seriously, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. This stuff helps me out a ton, and it means a lot to me. So, appreciate y'all. Hope you have a good rest of your night, and take care of yourselves. I will be back with this game soon enough, I'm sure. But probably next stream is going to be Pokemon, so keep an eye out for that. So, but without further delay, folks, for the third fucking time, get some rest, get some sleep, get some food if you haven't already. I know it's early enough that it's technically almost dinner time for probably a chunk of you at least. So, but I will see you all later. Yeah.